Hey there, David Flanagan with eTicket Trails. Today I am in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I've come out here to get my dad's 1955 station wagon. My father passed away last year, and the station wagon has been in the driveway ever since. So I've come out here to get it and get it running and drive it back home. This is it. This is the Jeep that started it all. This is a 1955 and a half station wagon. My dad got this when I was 14 years old. At the time it was burgundy. We fixed it up and got it running, and it's been in the family since. We had an engine fire at one point, which prompted the gray, but otherwise it's pretty much the same as when he got it. It's got a 283 Chevy, and everything else is pretty much stock as far as suspension, axles, transmission. It's got the Warren overdrive, and you know, that's just good, solid, rust-free, hardy vehicle. My dad had it shipped out here to North Carolina a year and a half ago, and shortly after he moved here, he passed away. So I'm out here in Charlotte today, kind of picking it up and bringing it back home. Kind of a really somber day, but she started right up. A little bit of starter fluid and a new battery, and she cranked right over and has been chugging away for the past hour, just idling. So I'm about to take her on a sort of a maiden test drive and see how she does before setting off tomorrow. We're going to get some new tires on it, and then I'm going to be driving it about 200 miles home, back to the Outer Banks. So we'll see how it does. Alright, this is day 2. I took it for a test drive last night. It did really well. Went a few miles, no problems at all. Started it up this morning, had a little bit of an issue, just a minor choke adjustment, but nothing major at all. And there seems to be a slight possibly a slight leak in the brakes, but time will tell on that. I filled up the brake fluid, so it might be just residual where it spilled over. We'll see. But we are going to go put some new shoes on this. So, I just got back from getting some new shoes put on. These are 33-inch Mud Stars on the old school wagon wheels, and they just barely clear on the stock suspension. So it looks great. It looks real meaty, beefy. Fills out the wheel wells extremely well. So we're gonna load it up with some tools, and then first thing tomorrow morning I'm gonna head out on an adventure, 320 miles back home to the Outer Banks. This is the morning of day 3. I was hoping to get on the road yesterday, but had a little bit of a setback with those tires. So everything's ready to go and gonna hit the road. 320 miles. So I got my Willie's hat and the wagon's running. Started right up this morning, so we'll just take it 1 mile at a time and see how it goes. Alright, so I stopped for gas. I've gone about 170 miles so far. No real issues as far as performance. It's been keeping up with traffic. It's been doing an amazing job. The only thing is I pulled into the gas station and I've got a puddle of oil accumulating, so I topped it off, and I'm just going to keep an eye on it and hopefully it'll get me home and I can address the leak when I get there. Beyond that, I'm doing great. It's been a blast. Kind of wanders a little bit from side to side in the lane, but you know, for no power steering and being almost 70 years old, it's pretty impressive. So, I made it home, 320 miles. Didn't really have any issues. The oil leak that I saw earlier actually was gear oil, not engine oil. So that's a good sign, and should be fairly simple to fix that. But otherwise, no issues. Got about 13.5 miles to the gallon, and you know, other than that, I filled up twice, once before I left and once about halfway, and made it no problem. So, got it here behind the Green Giant, and so I'm just gonna take care of it and do some maintenance and drive it and enjoy it, you know, the way it's meant to be. And I think that's exactly what Dad would have wanted. So it's just good to see them back together again, and you know, get out there and go get your Jeep sturdy.